Another option to finish a piece of fleece is to crochet around the edges. In order to crochet, we need to put holes in the side. We're going to use a special blade called a skip stitch blade. It's just like a regular rotary cut blade, but there's been notches cut out so that wherever these hit, it's going to leave a hole in our blanket. We do this by measuring in about 3/4 of an inch. Make sure I'm at my 3/4 of an inch. My skip stitch blade works the same as a rotary blade. Go along, but instead of cutting it, it leaves holes. And the holes will allow us to crochet around the edge.
Now I'm going to show you how to crochet the foundation stitch around the fleece blanket. First thing you need to check is the front and the back of your material. On a solid piece of fleece, it's not always as evident which is the top and which is the bottom, so you can just pick maybe which side has less pilling on it, which side you want to be the front. And that side you need to have closest to you. Once you have the front side facing you, to begin your foundation stitch, we're going to start with a simple slip knot with a short tail. It doesn't matter exactly how long it is. And then with the material facing you and not starting in the corner. There's a little activity in the corner which we'll talk about later. So move down to any hole from the edge, going from the front to the back. Attach your loop and draw it through, but don't bring your knot or your tail through. Let the material roll down and draw your string through, completing your slip knot attachment to the material. Then do one chain. Now we're ready to go into the next stitch with a single crochet. Front to back from the hole, draw your string up, complete your single crochet, and one chain. And again, front to back, complete your single crochet and a chain. And we're going to continue that all the way across the blanket. As you can see, the edge rolls down very nicely and that tail just hides underneath. No loose edges. If you ever get to a hole that isn't complete, you can simply use a scissors to enlarge the hole or put one in that's missing. Once you get to the corner, you're going to have to choose which is your actual stitch that will be the corner stitch. As the skip stitch blade runs across each of the angles, you don't always get a hole that's the absolute center, but it doesn't really matter. You can just choose the one you want to be your corner. This is the one I'm choosing. I'm going to start by rolling down the tip of the material, and I'm going to do my single crochet, and without doing a chain, I'm going to repeat 2 more single crochets in the same hole and continue to roll the material down as I go, giving me a total of 3 single crochets in the corner, then a chain, and I'm now on the second side, rolling the material down. And now that we've started the second side, you can see the corners made here, and the material has tucked under pretty nicely all the way around. If you do have any loose ends, you can just snip them off later. And then continuing on down this side with your single crochet and a chain all the way around. Once you make it around the entire blanket and you need to attach to your first stitch. Do your single crochet and your chain, and then just go into your first stitch and draw it through as a slip stitch to join to your first row. Now you have some options on what you want to do for your second row, and I'm going to show you the half double crochet. Start by chaining 2. I'm going to go into the chain from the first row and do a half double crochet. So yarn over. Now I'm in the single crochet. I have 3 loops and I'm drawing the string through both. That's the half double crochet. It makes a nice tight stitch, and it's very simple to do, pretty quick. And I'm going into the chain and the single crochet from the row below. I'm not skipping any stitches. I'm going into the chain from the previous row and then now into the single crochet. They're very easy to find because this is right underneath everything here, and this is right into this V. The single crochet from the first row is a little bit extended because it's going through the hole. And the chain right next to it, the single crochet and the chain. An alternative to the foundation stitch would be the double crochet foundation. We're doing 2 double crochets in each hole, and this way you would not necessarily need to do a second row because the stitch in itself is tall enough and decorative enough to not require one. The alternative foundation stitch, the double crochet, is done with 2 double crochets in each hole instead of 1 single crochet as in the base foundation stitch. You don't need to do a chain in between. Just do 2 double crochets in each hole.